Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time checking out my videos, please subscribe. If it's not, thanks a lot for checking out another one of my videos. On this one, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking apart this internet radio that doesn't work anymore. I've checked it out, it doesn't work. It's just not lighting up. It's not making any sound. The power's coming into it, so there's obviously something blowing inside of it. I don't know enough about it to fix it, so I'm just going to scrap it out. If it was working, I'd sell it on eBay or I'd make use of it, but because it's not working anymore and it's doing nothing, I'm going to just scrap it out to see what boards we get inside here that can be used for gold recovery in the future. So is there any boards in here with IC chips, BGAs, whatever. This one you were able to store your music on it, so I'm presuming I'm going to find a hard drive in it. It has a USB connection on it, so there's a little bit of gold in the USB connections. Just looking at it quickly, at the back of it here we've got a few little plugs for the speakers. We have an internet, so again there should be a little bit of gold connections inside it there. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to remove all the screws from around it, just so we can get a bit of access into it. As I said in the previous videos, I'm hoping to do a little bit of a competition. So in the next couple of weeks I'm hoping to do a competition for my subscribers where I'll be giving away a few t-shirts, maybe beanie hats, baseball caps, stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to be in with a chance to win some of these things. It's not going to be a very difficult competition. You're not going to have to do anything for it really. It's just going to be, I'll draw out some subscribers' names, probably more than likely, and whoever I draw out will get some merchandise for my channel. The thing about giving away stuff in competitions, especially on the YouTube channel, is some of the subscribers will have their identity hidden. So if the identity is hidden or your privacy settings are too high, I won't be able to see who you are. So you're going to have to leave a comment so I can try and check it out and see if you are a subscriber or not. Because again, it's only fair that this goes to subscribers, no one else. So this is in January 2019. So if you're watching this video in January 2030, I'm afraid that competition is well over. But so just to be assured, hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have that set up and ready to go. So keep an eye out on my videos, that are upcoming videos, because I'll have more information once I get the merchandise in. I'll have more information on what it is, what I'll be doing, stuff like that. So we'll just continue. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pause it there while I remove all these screws here at the back. I've most of them removed at the moment. Let me slide off this cover. We'll just take off these panels at the side. Okay. So again, that was a little receiver for the internet by the looks of it, for your Wi-Fi. That was on the back of that. If I can bring this in a bit closer to the camera for you. So we'll try and zoom in a small bit onto the board here so you can get a better idea, look at the board. Okay, so straight off, just having a quick look around in case there's anything obvious that is just a wire detached or anything like that, that could just need to be reattached. Actually, that's the Wi-Fi there. So I don't know what that was for. I don't know where it came off of either. So, but that wouldn't have stopped it working because it's to do with the powering up on this side. I'd say there's something blowing on it. So a couple of nice little boards on it actually. So I can see some gold. I can see some other stuff on it. So we've got some transformers, your power board down on this side. Down here we got the power board. Up here we seem to have the main board and another board over this side on it. So what we'll do is we'll just start taking apart some of the wiring, I suppose would be the best way of doing it. So again, just remove him. So we have a little slot card here. So again, we just take him off. So I'm expecting a little bit of gold finger on it. Yeah. So we've got, we've got a little bit of gold finger on it. We've got a little ceramic crystal oscillator there. IC chip, little small MLCCs, That's about it really on that. So a little bit of gold connection here as well. Just bring it out again a bit. So we got some gold connectors here and the gold ribbon or strip fingerboard. Okay, so expect to see some gold pins under there. So at the time this would have been quite expensive little item. So a silver connector on that. Bum, bum. So we'll just remove this top board so we can get a better look into it and see what this board has on the other side. But maybe there's some nice IC chips or something on it. I see an IC chip on this side. Don't really see much more. Don't even see any MLCs on it or of any sort. I have one ceramic crystal oscillator on it, which should contain gold. Other than that, there's not really much on this board, to be honest. I expect it maybe a bit higher grade, but it is what it is. Okay, so we have some ribbons underneath here. We'll pull him off. Some connector this side. Some more ribbons, and another connector this side. Okay, so on the other side of the board, again we have some gold pins. So as you can see here, some gold pins, IC chips, couple of MLCCs. Looks like we have 1 or 2 MLCCs in there, another few down here. And on this part of the board we'll have the gold connections in here, gold plated connections, gold flashed, whatever way you want to call it. And the pins again, as I said already. So that's that in that board, not really much in it. That's kind of it. So what we'll do now is we'll detach what we can from there, so we can just remove this cover completely off if I can. Okay, so that just removes the cover that was holding. We've got a little power board here, very low grade, nothing on it. Now we'll turn it over to this side. So again, we have another board here which has a little aluminium heatsink on it. So usually there'll be a little chip under there. If there's an aluminium heatsink, there's a little powered or what's called processing chip, usually. Okay, she's being held in here at the back. Okay, so again, just remove the ribbons. They're just probably zinc or tin or some sort of connector. They don't seem to be silver, and there's definitely not gold. But we'll do a test on them at some stage, so I'll just put them aside and do a test on them and see if there's anything worth processing from them. So we'll just remove all these connectors. Okay, so we can get a look at this board. So one IC chip here, crystal oscillator here, few fuses. Is it? No, they're not fuses, they're some sort of little resistors. This side IC chip, and we'll just have a look under here and see what we can get out from under this. So we'll just get a flat head screwdriver to get in under and just pop it up. So We'll try and get in under this so we can just pop these out so we can get a better look at it. Okay, so again, under that aluminium, 2 IC chips, which obviously got up to a bit of heat in them because they've got the paste to disperse the aluminium. So we'll take them 2 IC chips off. We've some MLCCs. That's about it. Nothing really much MLCCs and IC chips on it. Okay, so we put him aside. Now, this is the main power side, power unit here. Again, some aluminium on the power unit. I'm just seeing what do I have to do to remove this one. They seem to be stuck to the board of it. Okay, we'll just remove these screws. So they've got a tamper-proof seal on them, so if anyone that went near them under warranty, they'd know. Where it gets a bit difficult finding all these little hidden screws. I usually pause the video and come back when I've them removed, but we just keep going for the moment, and if it gets too long I'll just pause the video and we'll remove them off screen. Okay, we're getting there. One down here. But please subscribe, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, guys. Check out Pusa Studios if you're new to YouTube and you want to build up your channel numbers. They do a shout out on their channel, so they do a shout out day where they do shout out a lot of channels, give a lot of exposure to channels, stuff like that. So make sure that you're checking them out. Okay, so again, we're just going to have to get the snips and cut off a few wires from the power supply. Maybe not. We'll just loosen screws at the back, and that should let me take out this completely. Any guys up there making videos, stuff like that, give us a shout. You know, tell me what you think of my videos. I've seen a few people doing their videos as well. There's a few things I do wrong, a few things they do wrong. I see a few people, lighting is very important, that people can see what you're doing. I've done a video before and my lighting wasn't great on it, so my numbers on that video are very low, and that's because the lighting is very poor. You have to have good lighting. People will not engage with your stuff if it's poor quality. Okay. That's going in there, so that's going to have to be cut off unless they pull off. Do we mean that rhyme? Okay, we're going to have to cut them. We'll put them aside there for a second. We'll just have a quick look to see where I'll be going next. I suppose these screws here will be my next area. So what I'm going to do off screen is I'm going to cut these wires. Just straightforward, cut them down here. I'm going to remove all the visible screws so that I can get this main base, this main cover off here. So I can get this main cover off. Give it a bit more. So I can get this main cover off. I'm going to cut all the screws. I presume that's where the hard drive is inside of it. It looks like there's a hard drive down there. So we'll get a nice little hard drive out of it. We have 2 more boards up here at the front, in behind that. So this main will be to remove this now. So I'm just going to pause the video there. I'll come back when I have all the screws removed and we'll be ready to go with the next stage. Okay, so I've removed most of the screws that I can see, so we're down to the last, I think the last 4 here. There goes part of it. There's just a cooling fan on that side. We're down to the last 4 I can open on the bottom of this to release the bottom part, and we should be able to take off that cover that was covering the hard drive, and we should be able to see what's inside of it. It should be CD drive as well, actually. Hard drive, CD drive, inside of there, and then we should get access to the 2 boards on the front of it to see if they're much, but I'm not expecting much now because I'm expecting a bit more on the main board, but because of what I was able to do, it was essentially like a DVD copier and a hard drive and internet radio, so essentially a computer. So I was expecting better boards on it, maybe a little processing chip, a better processing chip, but I didn't see it. Okay, 2 more screws here. But again, it was more modern, so again, we all know that the newer the stuff, the less that's on it of any use to anyone. So okay. Alright, so just your antenna for your radio, regular radio on that. There'll be a little board in there, we'll take him apart in a while maybe. Okay, can I get out that? So again we have a ribbon. So again, inside of them will be little gold connectors, as you can see in previous videos where I've removed them. There's gold connectors in them. This hard drive doesn't want to come out too easy. Caught on something of some sort, but I don't see what. Just the angle it's coming at, so we'll try and get this out first. Don't seem to be any screws holding this either. What we'll do is we'll just take these screws off here, and that should just remove the whole plate away, because I'm going to need to take them off anyhow to get access to the front boards. Plenty of screws anyhow. Okay, remove the ribbons. There we go. So, 1 CD drive with its own little badge on it. So again, Lighton, it's the company makes it. So again, we have the gold in here, gold fingers, gold in that. So again, I have videos up there where you can check out. Found what was holding it. There was a screw inside of here, which goes to here. So it's just to earth it, I think. Okay, so just some waste steel. Alright. So it was an Hitachi, what size? 2008, June 2008. So, and it was a 160 gig hard drive in it. So again, I have videos up there, which I'll put a link to somewhere up in the corner here if you want to check it out, of how to strip down these and what's inside of these boards, what type of boards are on these hard drives and CD drives. So check that out if you want, guys. So we're right down to the front board now. So again, a lot of screws here. Not expecting massive stuff on this. It'd be great if there was, but I'm not expecting much, judging by the rest of the board. So as in gold recovery materials, minimum enough, a lot more on other stuff I've taken apart, less expensive stuff than this. So it just goes to show you, the dearer the item is sometimes is not the better it is. You know, so what I'll do is I'll pause this, I'll remove all the screws from this, and we'll come back once I have it done. Okay, so I've removed all the screws from these two last boards, so we'll just have a quick look and see what's on these boards. I'm not expecting much, as I said already. So just turn over, so again, when you see brown on it, you're not going to get much. So a few switches, which should have little silver connectors in them usually. So we have some switches there, so I can pull them off, put them in for your silver recovery. And again, just a ribbon which looks like it's tin plated, or sorry, not that you can see it there. Looks like it's tin plated. I don't think it's silver, but if you put a little bit of bleach on it, you can tell by the discoloration if it is or isn't. So that's kind of it. That's it. Oh wait, we have another little board here. So how is this board held on? Clips. So again, nothing really on, a few very small MLCCs, not worth the effort of getting them off. And the connector, was it gold? It is gold. So we might just take off this cover underneath and see what is under here. We may just find something worth taking out after all, but it won't be very big judging by the cover. But it all adds up into your collection if you just keep collecting it over time. So again, you're not going to get rich on this. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight on this sort of stuff. But if you keep collecting up, I see lads up there who are getting some nice, over time, over a year, they're getting a couple of grams or a couple of ounces, which is a couple of £1,000. If you're doing this as a hobby, if you're doing it as a full-time job, well, you're going to have to be doing a lot of it to make it worthwhile. So again, you can see here gold fingered. So I'll it's on the LCD board. So I'll just remove that. So I can trim that back and take my gold finger off it. So that's a little LCD display there. Some people sell them online. I've seen LCD displays for stuff sold online, so maybe worth selling. So check out, that's about it really. Subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Oh, I said I'll just show you what came off here. So that was the back plate. So again, that's just had your audio connections in left and right. Little audio board there, nothing on it at all. Your little fan, so again you can remove that fan if you want it, and you could use it, some people use them for stuff they're working on. So if you're working on some sort of little fume hood or some sort of little box that you needed airflow through, you can use that little fan on it. I've seen videos where people use that. So we have a lot of steel. The boards, again, just to refresh on the boards what we got in it, we've got our hard drive and our CD drive. They're the two main. So again, look at the video that I've put a link to up there in the area on. We've got a boards, two little boards, low end boards, a few little silver contacts hopefully in it. So again, we have another board here which had our ICs, some crystal oscillators, some MLCCs, and two more ICs, a little bit of aluminium, and the two other ICs here and here, and another third one here. So, and the MLCCs on it, again there's a few MLCCs on that board. The little Wi-Fi card with the little gold fingers, the ceramic crystal oscillator, the IC chip, and that was about it. And then the other boards, the first board we took off, a couple of IC chips, gold pins, gold flashed in here, IC chip, crystal oscillator in the ceramic type, with a ceramic base on it. That was about it. A lot of plastic, a lot of ribbons, so again, a few gold connectors inside of here. So that was kind of it. So that's really it for this video. Check out the videos I put here at the end page, and also keep on looking for that pot of gold.